Show. Y'all, I am so excited for my guest today. You have seen him on In Living Color. And let's not forget, he is the OG from the Proud family, playing Trudy's wacky husband, Oscar Proud. Y'all, joining us via Skype, please welcome the one and only Mr. Tommy Davidson. Yes.
Boy,
Woo.
your band is so smoking.
Thank you so much. That was a great song you did.
I mean, they just started.
They just,
like, whoa.
yes, can you say for the culture?
Oh man, for the culture. They
Yes.
and they're a small tandem. They just now put it out there.
Yes. You better come on.
We'll talk about
thank
music.
you. Let's talk about music. We're going to talk about it, but you know what? We want to talk about some things before we talk about music. And I just want to say, y'all, Mr. Davidson can sing. He just sang some Mint Condition for us. Thank you very much for that. So let's jump in here and talk about your life. We want to talk about all of your successes and all the amazing things that you do. But let's start from the beginning. You were adopted.
Yeah, I was adopted in 1966, that is.
Mm-hmm.
The kids out there might want to Google that, but I was actually abandoned in the trash
Oh, no.
somewhere around, I'd have to say it was somewhere around 65, actually. And I was found there randomly
Wow.
by a white woman and her husband from Wyoming. And this
Really?
happened in Greenville, Mississippi. And I grew up in Laramie, Wyoming, and Fort Collins, Colorado, till I was 5. And all this time, I didn't know I was black. You
Wow.
know, true
So
story.
this family that found you, the couple that found you, adopted you?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So
So how did you find out you were black?
we moved to Washington, D.C.
The Chocolate City. That'll do it.
But I found out the hard way because we moved there during the riots when King got shot. So when we first got there, I'm 5 years old, and my sister's 5, and my brother's 8, and we don't see nothing but fires and tear gas, and we're like, where are we? Floor in the car. So finally we settle in, and this is how I found out. So we were there for a couple of months, and we went out to play with the other kids, and they kicked our ass every day, every single day. Kids that were way bigger than us.
Oh, you mean fighting you, not in sports playing, but oh wow.
Yeah, like seriously. And they were calling my sister and my brother White Cracker, and they were calling me White Cracker Lover.
Oh no.
So I went to my mom, and I was like, why are they calling me White Cracker Lover? I like graham crackers. Because I was 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she said, that's what people your color call people our color when they don't like them. And I was like, what color am I? And they said, black. And I said, no, I'm brown, because I learned my colors from the Queen.
Correct.
Right. And she said, yeah, but that's what we call you. So then we moved to the suburbs because that got so bad. And it's the first time I heard the word nigga, because grown men were chasing me.
Oh,
home.
wow.
I was barely getting in the house. I'd be riding my bike, and a whole group of white teenagers just killed that nigga, So I
At
went
7,
to my
8 years old?
I was 6 then.
Oh my goodness.
I can track the whole thing, And so I got home to my mother. I always had questions. I was like, who are these niggas? We got to stay away from them,
Wait a minute. No, you thought that they were on the other side, not you.
Like, who are these niggas? We got to stay away from them because they seem like some pretty bad people, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
sad.
that's what she told me. That's what people our color call people your color when they don't like them. And I was like, well, what color are y'all? And she said, we're white. I said, no, you're peach, because that's where you were.
Right.
In the
That's.
Because I thought people were like animals, because I grew up in the West with litters and animals and farms. So it could be a black dog, but the dog would have puppies, and 3 could be white, 2 could be black, 1 could be brown, and it was still their mother. You see what I mean?
Correct.
So that's how I discovered it.
Wow. That's a very harsh way to discover what
Oh
color
yeah,
you are.
oh yeah.
Wow. Well,
But
you know what?
it became
Just
beautiful.
as someone left you in the trash, the quote is, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh
You've
yeah,
become the
oh yeah.
treasure of so many millions of people around the world. Let's talk about Proud
Hold
Family.
on. Correction, black treasure.
You are a black
Oh yeah,
treasure.
because we moved to the suburbs. I mean, we moved to an integrated neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and the white teenagers chased me, and these big black brothers stood behind me, and the white teenagers ran the other way, and I've been black since that day. I'm like, this my team right here.
You are hilarious as ever. Still, oh my goodness. So now that we got all of that out the way, and we have discovered our strength in our color, the melanin in our skin, and you are a black treasure, the Proud Family was something, and it's still something that we treasure so very much. Did you expect a reboot for this?
No, not at all.
Really?
I mean, I've never had a job. If you or anybody ever had a job where you were away from that job for 20 years, and then they called you back and said, "We need you back."
You're like, huh?
Yeah, we got your time card all ready for you. You know?
Oh my goodness. So that's amazing. So the reboot, and then everybody, come on. In living color, come on. We grew up. Yes, in living color. When I tell you there were so many amazing moments, every episode we were glued to our TV. Such an incredible phenomenon. Do you think that you all could have gotten away with everything you did, or half the stuff y'all did back then, with the cancel culture that we have today?
Yeah, because you
Yes?
can't. Yeah, because you can't cancel us because we are culture.
Oh, come on now. I love
Yeah,
that.
so there's no
And
way
our
that
culture, I'm sorry, please go ahead.
there's no way that you can cancel us because we are culture. You know,
Wow.
we included everything. So if inclusion is the deal, then we did inclusion, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it was black and white relations, we did that because we were full color.
Yes.
If it was entertainment, we had that because we was the bomb and we still are, you know.
Yes.
So
Amen to that.
how you gonna cancel culture when you are?
So then In Living Color would have stood as strong now as it did back then.
Yeah, yeah, stronger
Even
because
stronger.
we need it now.
We do need it. Do
We
we
need it
think
now.
we're going to get a reboot on that? In
I
Living
hope so. I hope so.
Color. In Living Color. Yes! Everybody loves In Living Color. So what's the difference between voiceovers versus live acting?
Uh, it's it's um it's it's just as fun. You know,
Really?
I
Equally as
yeah,
fun?
yeah, I do this. That's like asking Michael Jackson, dribbling or dunking or passing or rebounding. He'll tell you all of it. You dig it?
All of it. Yes,
It's
very
all
much
of it.
so. So,
And
Mr.
there's a difference.
Davidson.
I love the difference in voiceover. You don't have to worry about how you look. So if I was
Correct.
acting, yeah. So if I was acting in a movie and I was hanging on a cliff, you know, and I was scared for my life, I could just be going, uh. uh. But in voiceover, I can be going.
Yes, you could.
Big difference.
That is a huge difference. So listen, tell us what is one of your most favorite lines you've said from the Proud Family.
Trudy probably is you know that's the one that has gone through generations.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
so relatable, right? Because that's how every black parent call
Oh,
their
come on.
child.
Come on,
It's everything. It's everything. So listen, you are doing some incredible work, even outside of the cameras, off stage. You are working with future dreamers and achievers.
Yep.
We have the co-founder, or the founder, I'm sorry. He's the founder of Future Dreamers and Achievers. Y'all, please put your hands together for Mr. Bobby Rivera. Yes. Have a seat. I am fantastic. How about you?
Good. Hey, Tommy.
It's good to see you.
What's up, boy? Good to see you, man. Hold on. One thing to say to you. All right?
Yes.
Ya lo ves, que ruido sin tres, que la vida va viene, que no se detiene, que Señor. Mentiran, o sea, aquí me quieran con los ojos, que te fuiste yo, tu pasar el sol. Este tiempo yeldo. Hold on. Llévame. Un destino sin ningún porqué.
Very good.
I can't believe it. Now you know Bobby doesn't speak Spanish, though, right?
I wish my wife was here.
That was amazing. ¿Tú hablas español también?
I just know the last name. Rivera.
Rivera. ¿Tú hablas español también? Mr. Davidson. ¿Tú hablas español también? Muy bien.
Only en dinero en trabajo.
He said he knows about money and work, y'all. That's what he just said. Dinero trabajo.
Very good.
Listen, so you all had a concert. It was a 90s concert, and you gave away $5,000 in a scholarship that day on stage. That is absolutely amazing. Y'all give it up.
Thank you.
That's bravo. Tell us how you all know each other, how you guys know each other, and how you became a part of this amazing organization.
Let's ask him.
Okay. Bobby.
I have a friend of mine that is a producer. His name is Frankie Biggs. And I happened to see a picture of him and Tommy. I think it was a Thanksgiving picture, if I was correct. And I said, wow, Tommy Davidson. I says, wouldn't it be nice to have Tommy Davidson on the benefit concert?
Right.
So I talked to Frankie, and Frankie put everything together. And before you know it, Tommy was coming to the show.
Bam.
You know, and
That's amazing.
Tommy, excuse me for saying this, but such a nice guy.
Oh,
you know,
he doesn't want anybody to know he's nice.
But he was very, very courteous. His wife Amanda, very, very nice.
That's so awesome.
And it just worked out very nicely. And fortunately, and Tommy knows, I had just had chemo the week before.
Correct.
So I wasn't 100%.
Right.
So when I first saw him, he asked me, "Are you the man?" And unfortunately, I said very weakly, "Yes, I'm the man."
Yes.
You know, and from that then on, we clicked very well, and we still keep in touch. And I told him the good news about being cancer-free.
Yes. Is that not amazing? Y'all, cancer-free.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I say to that is God is able. You know
Yes.
I'm a believer. He's able.
Yes.
So it's so good to see you here. We've been together for over 20-something years.
Yes.
I've known you. And now we get to hang out with Mr. Tommy Davidson.
Yes.
I love the circles that you are in. It's life-changing and game-changing for a lot of young people. Y'all tell us what you're doing with the young people at the Future Dreamers and Achievers Academy.
Well, we're giving scholarships and mentoring for both universities and for trade schools. And Tommy had mentioned to me he wanted to get behind the project, and here we are today. And like I said, he's been very supportive, and we're going to continue to give scholarships out around the country, starting, of course, in Florida. And then and expanding from there. And
I love your motto. It says, never give up. That is so
Never give
powerful. It's everything. Yes. Listen, gentlemen, we're going to go for a short break, but we'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere, Mr. Tommy Davidson and Mr. Bobby Rivera. Come on.